Hey, it's your boy JoJo Fries.
And your boy MP.
And today we have another top 10.
Video games. So I'm going to kick off the list today. My list is just based on what my favorite games were that I ever played. And number 10 on my list is Fable, the original one for the Xbox. The sequels sucked, but I really like the original one. You get to run around, explore all over the fucking place, and you get to pick what you want to do, and then your decisions affect how the game turns out, how your character turns out. I just thought it was a cool game. I'm interested in them kind of games. Did you ever play anything like that?
I never even heard of that shit.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Sounds like it's pretty sucky.
Okay, let's hear yours.
Blitz 2000.
Ooh.
I started playing that game in 2009, 9 years later, for the N64. But when I started playing it, I started betting big. P-Fish can tell you all about that. We used to bet in that shit every day after school. But I love that game.
And my number 9 is NBA Live 2007. I really like that one. It still had Allen Iverson on the Sixers. It was one of the first ones that I owned, so it was just one I really got into. I think it had Tracy McGrady on the front.
Oh yeah, it did. I used to have that game.
Yeah, when he played for Houston, he was a beast on there. It had your Kobe and Shaqs in their primes. It was a fun time to play an NBA game, and it was one of the first ones I really got fond with. So that's why it's my number 9.
And my number 9 favorite video game is The Simpsons Hit and Run.
Oh, that's a good one.
Probably didn't see that one coming, did you?
No, I didn't. That's
fuck.
definitely on my honorable mention.
Yeah, that's a good one, though. I beat that game like 5 times back in the day. And I just bought it the other day for $20.
For real?
Yeah, man, them PS2 games are going up in price.
Did you buy it on like PS4 though?
Nah, PS2.
Dang.
I got it from the Exchange in Boardman. Go check that place out.
Oh man. Now it's time for my Elite 8. Starting off the list, Gex, Enter the Gecko. You remember that game? When you're the lizard?
Oh yeah, that game was fun. I forgot about it.
That game is really fun. It was like, it was on PlayStation 1. It was like one of the first 3D games like that.
Yeah.
And that lizard, he was funny as hell. He would say all kinds of funny shit.
Hey, did he wear a tuxedo too?
Yeah, he would wear tuxedos. He'd be like, what was the one line? He'd be like, slip of the tongue, baby. I'd be rolling. He would say some shit I didn't even understand when I was a kid, but I remember my dad would be laughing. That game is just fun. Even if you play it today, it's still fun. It could have been higher on my list, but I got some pretty good stuff on here, so I had to put it down at number 8. But I definitely played that shit a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah, me too. And my number 8 favorite video game ever is 50 Cent Bulletproof.
Oh, that's a good one.
That game was the shit. You can unlock music in it. You can unlock his music videos.
Yeah.
And it had a good story too. Yeah, it was like Grand Theft Auto, only with 50 Cent in it. And Lloyd Banks and Tony Yayo.
Who didn't want to play them?
I think it had Eminem,
yeah,
in
Eminem
it
was
too.
in a couple parts too.
That was the shit, man. I need to get that shit again.
For real. You can get that. I wonder if the Exchange got that. Call them up real quick. Hit up the Exchange and let us know in the comment section. Hey. Okay, so moving up in my list, number 7 is Madden 04.
Oh, that was one of my favorites.
Yeah, we were just talking about it the other day.
Yeah, we were talking about it last night.
Yeah. It has Michael Vick on the cover when he played for the Falcons. He's a beast on there. You can't stop him.
Yeah, you're going to run for 300 yards a game with him.
Probably more. Because all you got to do in that game is just run outside and then just go up the seam.
Yeah.
Run up the sideline every time, and they're not going to catch you. If they do catch you, you're going to score on the next play. But it was a good game. I remember that was the year that Big Ben came in for us. And he wasn't that good on there, but I would put him in over Tommy Maddox.
Big Ben, actually, he didn't have a pitcher in that game. It was just like a black space.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Well, he got his respect now.
I remember seeing it too before he started playing. I was like, who the fuck is Ben Roethlisberger? He even got a picture on here.
This scrub.
Yeah.
This is our future.
For real.
But yeah, Madden 04 is the one that sticks out to me. They get better every year. You can't go wrong with Madden, but 04 was my favorite.
And my number 7 favorite video game is Super Mario World for Super Nintendo.
Oh, okay.
That was the best shit to ever play back in the day. And shout out to Victor Stackhouse, because that motherfucker knew every secret in that game. He'd go down a pipe, go all the way to the left, grab something, go all the way to the right, and be in a whole new world. For real.
Yeah, there were some people like that. My dad knew a lot of the tricks too. And Super Mario Brothers 3.
Yeah, that was a good one. I'm the 2K king, but Victor, you're the Mario king.
So, moving up to my number 6, I have Spyro the Dragon.
Remember that? Yeah.
PlayStation 1, another PS1 game. That game was just really fun. It came out in that same time as like Gex and them games. And it was just cool. You could glide around. You got to breathe fire and shit. I mean, it was just really a good game. It was hard.
Yeah, they just re-released it on PS4.
Did they?
Yeah.
We're going to have to check that out at some point.
Yeah, when it goes down in price.
Yeah.
Hey, the exchange.
Yeah. Where's the exchange at? That's the go-to place. But, yeah, Spyro is a great game. I definitely want to play the revamped version whenever that comes out. I just remember being a very little kid playing that game and playing the hell out of it. So, it deserves to be where it's at on my list.
And my number 6 is Smackdown, Here Comes the Pain.
Ooh.
That was the best wrestling game ever. It had the most characters in it. You can go backstage. You could fuck motherfuckers up back there. You could burn them in it. They had the, you remember the match? With the ring and the fire was around it?
The Inferno.
They had the Inferno match. The Bra and Panties match. You'll never see a wrestling game like that again. And now it's down to the top 5. And you know what that means.
It's time for the trivia question of the day.
And today's trivia question is?
What is the only video game to get a 100 out of a 100 rating in the history of video games? Stay tuned. But anyways, moving back up on the list, it's time to get into the top 5. The Fab 5 of the day. Starting off my top 5, Final Fantasy VIII. That game.
Hey, YouTube, wake me up when he's done talking about this.
That game was 4 discs long, and it came out on the PS1, and it probably had the best graphics out of any video game ever at that time. Back then, those people looked real on that. Like, them graphics were really good. And that game was so long, it just kept going. And it was hard. I never beat it. That's the only game I ever played that I never beat. I swear on everything.
Oh, you done talking about it?
Actually, I was just getting started because that game was so long, I could talk about it forever. I was stuck on this one boss. And this one boss, I just couldn't beat her. So I just gave it up one day. I'll never forget that.
What disc was it?
Disc 4. But it was like the very beginning of Disc 4. You fought this one bitch, I can't remember her name. She was just unstoppable.
And my number 5 is Gradius for the Super Nintendo.
What's that?
Oh, it's real simple. You're just in a spaceship. You go through, you shoot shit, try to make it to the end boss. But on the way, you can get power-ups and shit. It's hard as fuck because on the Super Nintendo, there's no save point. So you got one chance to make it to the final boss. And me, Rusu, and Meatball made it there once, and it was the hardest shit ever. We used to stay up all night playing that game. I would have school in the morning, but we'd keep playing. We'd have a fucking party. Everyone would leave. We'd start playing. For real. Good times though. Gradius, number 5.
Number 4, and I hate to say it before you, Joey, but it's Crash Bandicoot Warped.
Ah, shit.
It's just by far one of the best games ever. Because you can play it right now, and you can just play it for hours. You get lost in that game.
Man, you do.
We even betting it to see who can do the levels faster.
Oh, yeah, man. That shit is so fun.
Yeah, but I mean, there's just so much that you do. It's just a good game. 1 minute you're riding a motorcycle, the next you're in a plane.
Yeah.
And the next you're running through some village. It's a really fun game, and it's tricky. It gets you in the stupidest spots.
Man, it does.
And the revamp version is really good, too.
Yeah, we play that shit for like 5 hours sometimes.
For real. Smoke a little bit, play some Bandicoot.
Yeah. And we probably beat that game
1,000 times.
Yeah, 1,000 times. We've been playing that game for so long.
For real.
Never gets old either.
Nope. Hit up the exchange. I'm sure they got it at some capacity.
That's gonna be pricey there. And my number 4 is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Ooh.
That was the best Grand Theft Auto game. It was long too, but I beat that game probably 10 times. It was so fun. CJ, Big Smoke, Sweet, Ryder. Man, those are my brothers growing up.
Hey, yo, CJ!
Yeah. Man, I fucking love that game though. That game never gets old either.
Nah, you ride a bike on there.
Yeah,
you get high.
Yeah, you can get
fuck
high.
a bitch.
Yeah. That shit was so fun. You go to the bar.
Yeah. The gym.
Yeah.
For real, that game was way ahead of its time.
It was. That was my fucking childhood.
Yeah. And my number 3, moving on up to the top 3, is Grand Theft Auto 4.
Oh.
Vice City. Vice City.
Vice City?
The original 4. Like after number 3.
Oh yeah, Vice City.
Yeah.
Dang.
It's hard to pick, really. I could have put all 3 of them games in my top 10. But if I had to pick one that just stuck out, for me, I like Vice City. It's like Scarface. You get to get in that mansion. And you got that maze with the bushes.
Yeah.
That game was just the fucking shit. The story mode was the shit.
I never beat that game.
Yeah, that one was hard.
That shit was hard as fuck.
I don't know if I ever beat it. I know I got close if I didn't. But that game was just off the chain.
And my number 3 is Crash Bandicoot Warped. That game was the shit. We already talked about it, so I'm not gonna go into it again. But Crash Bandicoot, all of them are the shit, but Warp was just special.
Hands down, classic. Alright, so the top 2. This is where it gets interesting. Deuces. My number 2 is Super Mario 64.
Oh, that game was the shit too.
Man, that game was so fun. It was like the first Mario that was 3D, I think. It was on Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
You just run around that mansion and jump in these pictures.
Yeah, man, that game was so fucking fun.
Oh my goodness. It took Mario to a whole new level. When you're flying around in that game, it matters.
Yeah.
Hey, there's just so much shit you do. And then Bowser was hard as fuck to kill.
I know, man. I want to fucking play that shit now.
I know. We need to find an N64 for real, because there's a lot of good games on there. Super Smash Brothers too.
Yeah.
Man, but
WrestleMania 2000 too.
Yeah, that's in my honorable mention. So
Yeah.
Super Smash Brothers. For real, we could have did a top 20 list, and I would have been able to do it.
Yeah.
But Super Mario 64 is definitely a classic. It should be on everyone's top 10.
My number 2 is Madden 2010. It was the one with Troy Polamalu and Larry Fitzgerald on the cover. That game was the shit. Michael Vick played for the Eagles with LaShawn McCoy, Deshaun Jackson, and I would
They were tough.
Yeah, I'd light everyone up with them. The 3 fastest players in the game.
Yeah.
Man, good times in Madden though. And speaking of Madden, in Madden 16, I won $1,400 in one night, and the next day, I went and bought my first car.
Dang. Madden bought his first car.
Yeah.
And My man won't say it, but at this time, he's issuing a challenge to anyone that wants to gamble in the new Madden or the new 2K. Am I right?
You are right. So leave a comment below if you want to lose some money, baby.
Hey. And before I give you my number one pick, I just want to remind everyone that he says anyone can get it in Madden or 2K. Any year. He'll play you.
Yep, leave a comment below if you want some.
Yep. But going into my number one pick, in my eyes, my favorite game I ever played, The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. That was another N64 game. And man, it just had the best storyline to any game I ever played. I mean, it kind of sucks that they didn't talk on there. Shit came out in like 1998. They couldn't make people talk on video games or something yet. But that shit was just good. And then you're like a kid and you become an adult and you just gotta do all this epic shit. Out of any game, I just think it got the best storyline ever.
And my number one is NBA 2K12. That was the one with Michael Jordan on the cover. And it had the game mode in it. Jordan's greatest moments. You got to go through all the greatest moments in his career. And that shit was fun as fuck. And I started gambling and probably... it was NBA 2K10. That's when I started gambling in 2K. But 2K12 was when I was hitting the heights of gambling.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out my boy Alex Koch. I probably paid for your vacation to Las Vegas. But man, Alex Koch was the best player ever in that. I had my time though. I got some dubs in. But anyway, NBA 2K12. Number one, baby.
He is about it too. He would gamble until 6 a.m. the next morning and go to school.
I would too. Man, that shit was crazy.
Like, you guys do not understand. My man here will rip you to shreds in Madden or 2K. The open invitation is going.
Yep, so leave a comment below. And I'll take all your dough.
And before we wrap up today, we're going to get back to the trivia question. The trivia question today was, what is the only video game to ever get a 100 out of a 100 rating in the history of all video games? The answer is my number one pick, The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time.
For real?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
They say basically the same shit I just said about it. That it was just the most epic game that was ever created.
Damn, that's crazy.
It is, but you do a lot of crazy shit in there, man. You get lost in the woods, you go to that forest temple, you go underwater and go to the water temple, the fire temple. There's a lot of shit in there. But yeah, number one rated game of all time.
I'm just as stunned as you guys, because I did not know that.
Never know what you're going to get on the top 10, baby.
And that's all we have for today. It's your boy JoJo for us.
And your boy MP.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Invitation, hashtag, all kinds of shit.
Oh yeah, and a little side note, add me on PS4, Hustlin' J Rex, all lowercase letters, HUSTLINJREX, add me.
You guys ain't ready. I'm telling you, my man is unstoppable. If you even dream about beating him, you better wake up and apologize.